Hi, I'm Doug Keck. This is an EWTN Bookmark Brief. Just had the pleasure of speaking with past Supreme Knight Carl Anderson about his latest book, These Liberties We Hold Sacred, Essays on Faith and Citizenship in the 21st Century, available naturally through our EWTN Religious Catalog. Tell us, Carl, why did you decide to write this book, and why do you think it's important for people to read it?
Well, the book addresses the intersection between Christian witness and religious liberty. And so those are two, I think, of the outstanding issues being presented today in American culture. And so I thought this is really a way of contributing to that discourse.
Now, the book itself is a series of talks, speeches, and essays you gave over the years, right?
Yes, and I thought maybe that was the best way to get into it. It's not particularly a systematic way, but I think by various examples, it can help the reader begin to ponder some of these questions for themselves, particularly the relationship between faith and culture, and how Christian witness can change culture. We're called as Catholics to build a culture of life, to help build a civilization of love. And so that requires us to act authentically and to really be engaged, not only in government, but in the things that make up our culture and our society.
So as the past Supreme Knight of the Knights of Columbus, in writing in this book, obviously a lot of references to Father McGivney and kind of the know-nothing and the fight against the Klan. Do you sense today that we're going back or losing ground in some ways, in the sense of a kind of an anti-Catholicism returning?
Well, the church has always faced anti-Christian sentiment. It takes different cultural forms, as we see throughout history, but the problem continues to be the same. I mean, it's, you might say, John 3:16, 3:17, 3:18. God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world, but the judgment is this.
Right. Men
rejected the light because they preferred darkness. That's not something that just happened in the 19th century. It's happening again today. And the church, Christians, Catholics, have to stand up. It's not just a matter of interaction between institutions. In democratic society, it means what the people do in their local community, in their families.
Right, and how do you deal with the pushback over the years at different times? And you talk about it in the book as well, the idea people say, well, I'm a Catholic, but I don't want the church imposing itself on my political view or my view of the culture. What say you to that?
Well, it's sort of like My Fair Lady. Why can't a woman be more like a man? Why can't the church be more like me? It's the other way around. We need to be, the church needs, the message of the gospel should make every person to some degree uncomfortable. And it's not up to the church to make us more comfortable. It's up to us to have the courage to conform our way of living to the teaching of the church. And that's something that the saints grapple with their entire lifetime, and that's why they're saints, because they have the courage to do that. And I think we have to be understanding that that's really our responsibility, and not to say, well, why can't the church be more like my political attitudes?
That's a nice line. I'll have to remember that. Thank you so much, Past Supreme Knight Carl Anderson. These Liberties We Hold Sacred, Essays on Faith and Citizenship in the 21st Century. Look for the entire interview coming on the network, also available on demand on our website. And don't forget, the book is at EWTNRC.com. And this has been an EWTN Bookmark Brief. Thanks for dropping by, and we shall see you next time.